Yum. Hello everyone, come and join me. Let's make this soft yeast sugar donut. So I added my lukewarm, 3/4 lukewarm of water, and then 1 packet of active dry yeast. Let it sit for a few seconds before you add, the rest of the dry ingredients. So right now I am going to add, it's calling for a cup of sugar, but I lessen it, because I don't want it too sweet. I lessen it 2 teaspoons of sugar. Then I'm gonna mix it after a few seconds. So now as I mix it into, the wet, so I am going to add my 3/4 teaspoon of salt, followed with 2 cups of bread flour. Bread flour is better because you can tell it's denser, when you cook the donut. And then I added my 1/2 cup of dried powdered milk. It's an optional. You can use a fresh milk, but I like the taste of powdered sugar. I mean, you can taste it slightly, when you cook it. So I'm just gonna let it, incorporate into, the dry ingredients, and eventually we're gonna use our hand. You have an option to use, your handheld mixer, but I like, working this one because this batch is not that much. So by adding 1/2 cup of softened butter, so you just, let it, mix into the, wet ingredients. And like I said, we're gonna transfer it into a clean board and work our way through the dough. So by adding a little bit of oil, so you can work your way to that consistency. So before I transfer it to a clean board, I just let it roll for like a few seconds. So this is an optional if you think that it's a little dry and it's not ready yet. So you can add a little bit, of oil, and then work your way through until you get that elasticity of your dough. So after 10 minutes, now it's ready to let it rise for 30 minutes. So I'm transferring it back to my pan, and I let it, I put a little bit oil in it and let it roll. And we're gonna sit it in room temperature for half an hour. Cover it with the paper towel or cheesecloth if you want. And like I said, we're just gonna let it sit there for 30 minutes. So fast forward after half an hour, now I'm getting ready to shape my dough. You can tell that it doesn't stick anymore. You can add flour, but this one is not necessary because it's not sticking in my hands. So I am getting ready, to start forming it. With my, dough, shaper, I don't really have a perfect one because the one that I had, it got, ruined. So I'm improvising here, by using cover of one of my kitchen, container. So just watch. So by repeating the same process until everything is ready and cut, now we're gonna put it in our wax paper, and we're just gonna let it sit there until it's ready to cook. After 10 minutes, now I'm getting ready to cook my donuts. Using a chopstick is a cheaper way to to check your temperature, make sure it's ready. So when you see it start not sizzling anymore, then you are ready to cook your donuts. Start cooking it one by one until it's golden brown. When you see it's floating, then it is in the right temperature. So after cooking all your donuts, now you let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes while it's warm. I use a brown bag with granulated sugar, and I let it shake there until the sugar is evenly distributed. You can shake it if you don't want too much sugar, using too much sugar for those who are diet. But what's the fun of less the sugar if you can't enjoy it? So anyway, just like I said, repeat the process and serve it while it's warm with coffee or tea. And hope you guys enjoy my cooking. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comment down below, all the ingredients will be listed in the description box. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Where I'm Mom. Thanks for watching. Have a nice evening, have a good day, and see you again.
Yum. Really good.
Thanks for watching, and see you around.